Welcome back, you lovely people. We are on module 2, and there are 2 PDFs below. The first one is my 4-star understand how everyone reacts to situations and live in your true self. And the second PDF is a list of things for you to understand how to heal. Go ahead and print them off so you can use them as a reference. We now know where we may have gotten our thinking in the past about ourselves and how to live in society. Now we get to answer the best question that will ever be asked of us. Who do you want to be? Going back to who we are now starting to see what parts of us we may not like, things that we were taught that we don't agree with who we are today. Having more of an understanding on how your thought patterns react to situations and how you can perceive them in a different light will get you to who you want to be fast. The more we understand others, the more we understand ourselves. The more we understand ourselves, the more we love life. The more we love life, the more we give. The more we give, the more we receive. The more we receive, the more empowered we feel. The more empowered we feel, the more we accomplish. The more we accomplish, the more we see in ourselves. The more we see in ourselves, the more we see in others. The more we see in others, the more we understand. Now, this just came out of my thoughts onto a paper, and I had no predetermined thought pattern to what I wanted to say, and that just came back around full circle. It's amazing to me that when I had originally typed these words and are now speaking these words to you, I did not have a conscious understanding where those words were coming from, and they were just flowing so elegantly through me. When each and every one of us are in a relaxed and creative mindset, we will achieve the most beautiful things that we may not have even thought were possible. You will see that I have 4 stars. These 4 stars represent the way that we flow in life. True self and nice go hand in hand. When you're living your true self, you will understand how to say no without being sorry for it. Because your no will come from a place of understanding why you're saying that. You're saying no because it will somehow interrupt or deplete your life in a way that does not feel good. It really doesn't matter the circumstance. If it doesn't feel good, why would you say yes? Out of obligation? To whom? True self has confidence, has radiance, and it loves life. True self understands that there is more than what meets the eye, and that joy is an essential part of every day. True self has no judgment for others because they are understanding of themselves and who we are, and there is no reason to judge. Everyone is on a different path and at different points in their life. True self will achieve dreams with no one stopping them. True self will smile and enjoy life and inspire others to do the same. Now, the nice person, you know that nice person who does anything to help others, even if it depletes their energy and makes them possibly resent a person or a situation afterwards. I used to be a good girl long ago when I was operating from an unconscious standpoint, so I understand how a nice person can give and give. What I don't understand is if the users are comprehensive of what they do, why does it take nice people so long to learn? Nice people are usually who we are. I'm not saying not to be nice. The nicer you are, the nicer the people will be around you. I am living proof of this. It's hard for people to be mean to someone who is being extremely nice. Nice people are helpful, and this is great. We need more nice people. But what about that time when your friend asked you to do something and you really did not want to, but you did it anyway? Well, if there is a positive outcome, you will shrug it off and just say, at least maybe you had some fun. But if there is a negative outcome of you saying yes to your friend when you really wanted to say no, then you subconsciously hold some resentment towards this person, even without realizing it. In your mind, you think that they made you do something that you did not want to do. But in reality, you said yes. Isn't it pretty neat how our brains can perceive the same situation in different ways? Can you start to see how limiting your current belief system may be? You had a choice the whole time. You could have said no, but we don't. The main reason we don't say no to our friends or family is because we don't want to hurt their feelings. I would like for you to stop for just a moment and ask yourself, would that friend or family member do the same for me? If you think so, well, that's still not proof. And then all you are trying to do is convince yourself that other people react the same way that you do and validate yourself. Funny little game of self validation through sabotage in others is how we are taught on how to obtain a better self image. All in all, the nice person is exactly what it says it is. When you're living in your true self, you will be able to tell others no in such a way that you will not feel guilty. You are coming from a place of love and understanding for yourself and your friend. Maybe what they ask of you could be put off for another time. Maybe it can't. It's only one moment in time. Life is made up of a series of them. The more honest you are with yourself and the more true you are to yourself, the more you will enjoy life and can inspire others to do the same. Now, what happens when we get down here to victim or target? This side of us is activated or triggered, however you want to look at it, the way that your emotions are just your energy set in motion. When the nice person does things that they do not want to do or says things that they don't really mean, when you're feeling depleted, you tend to blame things on other people for your actions. We blame them because they ask things of us. Everyone reserves the right to ask anyone any questions at any time, but does that mean that your friend or your family members expects you to show up when they want and when they expect without understanding of your life and the circumstance in which you're living? Seems silly to me to drop everything I am doing for someone else, no matter who that person is. People will start to honor you more and love you more for respecting your own time and space and loving yourself more and not giving up too much of yourself when it didn't feel right. If you do not have people like this in your life that encourage you, I definitely encourage you to reach out to new friends. When your nice person is triggered, you feel like, why is this happening to me? Why again? And what did I do wrong? Let's take this one question at a time. Why is this happening to me? Truthfully, it's all in perspective in which you are looking at this. If something is happening, instead of asking the why, take a step back and ask, what is happening in this situation? Has this happened to me before in the past? What could I learn from the situation? The sarcasm or mean person, Have you noticed people who know how to find the sarcasm in any situation? Have you noticed people being mean when you express your feelings? This is a coping mechanism for being a victim or a target and not living in your true self. Instead of living in depression, one may develop a funnier or sarcastic means of dealing with what life has thrown at them. Some people do live in depression. I was one. I never did perfect my sarcasm or my meanness. You develop this sarcasm and meanness because of situations in life that have upset you and you haven't understood why they have upset you. So you make a joke out of it. You think this is a means to finding your happiness, but all it does is suppress you from being the real you and having the true self come out. We're all born with feelings, boys and girls. Society has deemed boys to be more masculine and not have feelings. This could not be any more wrong. Again, we are all born with feelings, and when we begin to understand what feelings are, what our triggers are, what our reactions are, we begin to comprehend a new way of life and a more true to yourself way of life. Where do you feel like you fall into these categories? Are you living in nice person? And when you're hurt, do you move to the victim or to the mean? What is it going to take to get you to living your true self? Usually, a lot of healing is what is needed. Also, an understanding that people did things to you only to help shape you into who you want to be. I have listed things that you can do to fast track your healing on this second PDF. Go through these exercises and feel the way that you let the bad be released from your body. If you have any questions at all, do not hesitate to email me. Email questions at biby1.com and put the subject in the subject line, Module 2. Again, if you do not put this Module 2 in the subject line, your question may not get answered. Now go and live your true self and anticipate the joyous moments along the way.